Welcome to my
Hello.
amazing client, Sonia Rutter. How the hell are we doing?
We are doing very, very well today.
Good. Thank you for hopping on. I asked everyone in our community, one, would they like to go live? And two, what problem would they like to solve? And we're going to talk about referrals having been great for you in the past, but starting to dry up, obviously. Before we do it, and to save me butchering your intro, can you tell everyone watching or listening what you sell and who you sell it to?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a marketing consultant, but I specialize in ads, especially Meta ads and Google ads. And I work with sort of growing businesses that have been in business about 3 to 5 years, and they're looking for that next stage of growth and getting the visibility and getting those leads and sales. So it can be a whole variety of different businesses.
Amazing. And I think that's something we should probably jump into, is that this audience persona or ideal client profile. Before we do, I would like for you to repeat what you said to me behind closed doors on our last one-to-one Zoom call, which was about a certain percentage of your clients getting results.
Yeah, so this was something I didn't actually realize, but when I work with a client and the ads go live, within a week they will get leads or sales, and that's 100% every single person that I've worked with. And I was kind of, yeah, that is quite good, isn't it? That's brilliant.
That is perhaps one of the strongest offers or hooks that you could put in front of someone who is struggling to get results from their ads, in my opinion. So we definitely need to play on that. I think, as always, I mean, you've been in C2C for 6 months now, there or thereabouts. The offer building process is one of the most foundational pieces. We get the calendar right, we get the intentions right, make sure we've got the personal side of things sorted, and then we have time left over for business. The first thing that we need to do is look at building the offer. You've obviously been through that process. If you can remember it, because it was a few months ago probably, it's made up of a load of P's. And the first P is people. Who are we selling to? And I think there are a lot of people that come into C2C who are similar to you in many regard, because they could pretty much sell to anyone, not anyone, but a massive unspecific group. And I know you've got different results and different interests and passions in certain industries, and that's another conversation we'll be having behind closed doors as well. So I think for the next 90 to 180 days, it's going to be really helpful for you to plant your flag in the sand with one or two specific audiences, rather than just anything really, really wide.
Yeah.
This is obviously going to help with referrals in the future, but if you've used your existing network for referrals and they've dried up, we have to go somewhere else to look for more attention and trust and clients and leads and stuff like that. So let's talk about those industries that you were potentially going to tap into.
Yep.
Because I think that's the missing piece for you. So what industries do you want to work in, and what industries have you got case studies and results in? Because that's the big thing.
Okay. So I have got case studies and results in a number of different industries, from e-coms such as tile brands, people that have sell rugs, people that sell shepherd's huts, van racking even, and even for leads, so interior designers, dietitians, etc., etc. It's quite a wide thing. I've worked with someone who's starting up a beauty company, so that was e-coms, and I've started up with a local gym manufacturer as well. So there's lots of different things. But I was thinking something I haven't tapped into, and I find a lot in my network, are maybe lawyers, doctors, dentists, opticians, those sort of services that everyone uses. And there are some on Facebook ads, but there aren't that many. And maybe it's an untapped business. And the ones that I looked into aren't the greatest. They aren't the greatest ads. So I just thought, is that something that's got legs?
Okay. Going to something completely unknown is going to be a little bit harder than staying a little bit close to home. But if the opportunity is there and you genuinely believe there's a spot in the market for it, I mean, I do know someone that does ads for lawyers, mainly based in the US. Actually quite a close friend of mine, and he does very well. So there is definitely something there. Even that, I think, is quite wide. You will find people have whole marketing agencies just dedicated to getting chiropractors appointments.
Yeah.
So you can afford to go in on one. I think this is the hard and the most challenging part of business, is making a decision and sticking with it for 90 days when you're not going to get the immediate feedback and gratification that you probably initially thought you might. The good news is you can use ads to get attention for this.
Yeah.
Because you can set up your own ads, which is outstanding. So I don't want to put you on the spot, because obviously we are recording this live, but what's the play going to be if we've got to nail it down to like 1 or 2 industries? It doesn't mean you can't still operate in the other, like you couldn't go wide and do e-com as well, but I'm thinking one or two max for you to put all your attention into. And then I've got something I think we can work on.
Okay. So I would say maybe something like dentists and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of chiropractors where I live. I didn't even think of that. But something like dentists or lawyers, but it has to be the lawyers that are B2C, not B2B.
Is that so you can get on the Meta side of things and Google side of things?
Yeah, and actually, because I know that B2B Meta is better, sorry, B2C than B2B.
Yeah,
generally
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we have got, let's say, a target market. We know we can solve a problem for them. We kind of know what they want. Dentists just want more people inquiring or booking consultations or bums in the chair. Same with chiro. And then obviously lawyers will be a little bit more tricky, I think, just because of, I imagine, and I don't know, but there's probably certain things you can and can't say when it comes to legal.
Yeah. I've got quite a few lawyers in my network, which is why I thought, oh, actually, that might be a good one. But, you know, that's a conversation to be had.
Yeah, for sure. So what I would probably do if I was you is make a VSL or some form of mini training, 5 to 10 minutes for each industry. I mean, some people do this for 10 different industries and they'll have it on 10 different landing pages. And all they'll do is just change the front end. If you're a lawyer who wants more appointments from these types of people, if you're a dentist who needs more consultations and more people in your chair and you're sick of relying on newspaper, whatever the shit alternatives, there is a new way. And it's called, what was your growth method? What was the name we came up with for it? Meta Ads.
Yeah, the Meta Ads growth system.
And it's called the Meta Ads growth system. I will come in, I will do this, and this, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it now. And then you put in some social proof, and then you suggest to book a call. That is something that you can do a few things with. You can set up ads, and direct attention towards it. But you can also, if you've got people in your network, start to DM them with that. Like, hey, don't know if this is interesting, but I actually recorded a free training that shows you exactly how lawyers like yourself can get X, Y, Z, whatever thing you want. Problem is, the more industries you go into, the harder this is. Like, well, not harder, the more effort it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think with your skill set, we can lessen the reliance on organic, and you just keep that nice and like personal and not too Meta Ads heavy. And I would focus attention on ads and like DMs or email or some form of outreach. You can also bring the cold calling in if you wanted to. If I had to start from scratch and I was selling something like this isn't a sexy answer. I would data scrape and I would hit the phone for like a month, make 200 calls a day, get some appointments and get some early stage clients in, get some results, and then I would like juice those people for referrals. And that's how I think you could create a snowball effect. But that requires you to get on the fucking phone.
I don't mind getting on the phone. I've got to be in the right mood, but I don't mind getting on the phone at all. I kind of, when I started, it was always getting on the phone, so that's fine.
Because that's the big piece. If you decide the offer, you decide the audience, and you know obviously what problem it solves. That gives us a total addressable market. I don't know, 10,000 lawyers in near you or something like that. So you could go a bit more hyper local. We've got this total addressable market that we just need the attention of now.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
that's right.
then once we've got more clients, we have a wider network. We have more people to speak to,
Makes sense.
which again gives us more opportunity for getting referrals out of those people too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that maybe I am a bit too broad because I've gone through referrals a lot. I am just too broad at the moment. Yeah.
Girls, will you shut that door for me, please? Sorry, Ivy's Amy's in Italy. Ivy's having a sleepover, but the sleepover is tonight. Yeah, it started an hour ago.
Oh yeah,
so
of course.
I've got two girls going 24 hours and a shitload of calls in my diary. So they're both 10 though, so should be fine. Yeah, I think that's the play. Like, just decide on these two markets, keep the organic ticking over, and then create an asset per industry. And again, this is something we can help with. There's some VSL training inside C2C, but building some form of training that you can get in front of those people.
That makes sense. Yeah. And then the ads could actually direct to that, can't they? Which makes sense. I've done that before, but it wasn't so obvious what the industry was.
I think when you've got the targeting, and in the first few, and a lot of people are just using static image ads at the moment as well. So you don't necessarily have to film a video for the ad. I think talking head, me, if you're a chiropractor who wants 9 million people in your chair tomorrow, like, that's kind of dying, because so many people, it's not dying, but it will, because so many people are doing the talking heads. If you scroll through any kind of Instagram story ads, that's all I see. So another thing I'll potentially do as well, if you could start up a fake Instagram account and just start potentially following other chiropractor agencies and other chiropractors, as an example. So target market, but also providers who sell to target market. You're going to start to get hit with these ads, and you can start to see what you like the look of. You'll discover some new names, some good things that you can swipe, some bad things that you want to stay away from.
Yeah, I did that with lawyers. I had a look at Ads Manager, and that's when I just thought, oh my God, these ads are dreadful. There's a lot of scope here that these could be a lot better.
Yeah. So this will be like, you have to dedicate a little bit of time to the research phase. I imagine within a day you could have everything set up in terms of research and data scrapes and stuff like that. Then I think it's just giving it a little bit of time for you to sit with it. After that, in that time, you can start to make the VSL or the training and the ads. Make sure that you're happy with everything. Probably call it a week, and then you probably be ready to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it's a case of just waiting. In the meantime, obviously, it's worth changing your connection strategy on LinkedIn to get connected with, if we go with chiropractors who are within 50 kilometers of where you live.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few different talking points. Then, if need be, you could start inviting them to Instagram lives or LinkedIn lives. We had a client called Becky who worked in the legal space, actually. She was a legal copywriter. She was only doing a couple of grand a month when she came into C2C, and she did 6 figures. A lot of it in under a year, a lot of it attributed to just going live and creating a podcast at the same time with people in the legal space who had decent legal followings. So if you were to do that with chiropractors, potentially, like, you find the top 2 or 3 players, and I would love to find out a bit more about how you run your practice, some of the things that, I don't know, give them a bit of a pedestal. Yeah, it's just research phase. Just make sure, I'd spend today or tomorrow, whenever you've got half a day to a day free, just making sure this is a viable industry, making sure you can go and do some damage in there, making sure the people are actually findable and contactable as well, and then kind of go through the process that we mentioned. Yeah,
that's brilliant. That's really, really good. It's I tell you what's really good about that is that there seems to be a focus. And I think when I've been doing this, I've been just going to everyone, whereas getting really, really focused on somebody and seeing that, not just to find the people on LinkedIn and whatever, but actually look at the process all the way through. kind of makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think like I'm not a big fan of telling people to niche down at the start, but because you're using slightly different tools to most people, like most C2C clients, you run ads for people, but that skill set helps you to be able to run them for yourself.
Yeah,
we should just tap into that. And ads is obviously all about specificity, not only in the targeting, but also in the creative as well.
Yeah.
So, imagine that chiropractor. Whereabouts do you live?
Yorkshire, North Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. Okay. Chiropractor, North Yorkshire chiropractors. 100% of my clients get leads and sales or whatever. Those few little things that you can start to sprinkle in. If you do static ads as well, you could probably set up like 50 of them very quickly just using AI. And apparently that's what Andromeda wants. I don't know enough about ads, but yeah.
Yeah, it wants loads and loads of creative at the moment. So that makes sense, total sense.
Yeah, and you can probably, like, ChatGPT is amazing now on the image front. Oh my God, some of the images it can make. But you could probably use Google's. You just get some B-roll of a fucking chiropractor or a back break.
I don't think that'll be too hard. Yeah, we can get that sort.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. That's really good, Chris. Thank you. My head is whirring now.
Yeah, well, I'll let you get off because I have another live very shortly with Kirsten. But yeah, see how you get on today. Obviously, we've got the call tomorrow night, and we're just going to do a Q&A call. So bring any questions you've got off your findings from the next sort of 24 hours, and we'll take it from there.
Brilliant. Thanks, Chris.
Amazing. You're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, Sonia.
Bye.
Bye.